Tobago Coast Guard says coordinated operations remain underway for the overdue 29-foot pirogue Campai. The vessel departed Buku, Tobago around 1:30 p.m. on March 2nd, bound for Union Island in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but never arrived at its destination. Authorities say regional coordination is ongoing with the Coast Guards of Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So far, aerial searches by the Trinidad and Tobago Air Guard and port checks across the region have produced no sightings of the vessel or its crew. Meanwhile, an urgent marine information broadcast issued by North Post Radio remains active, advising mariners to stay alert and report any information. The Coast Guard says search efforts are continuing as they work closely with regional partners. In other news, a new era of digital entry and exit begins on March 17th, as travelers will no longer need to complete paper-based arrival and departure forms following the launch of the online arrival departure card platform by the Ministry of Homeland Security.
We have been left behind somewhat primitively, but today is a new day. In fact, when you had paper-based situations to fill out, that was an era then. That era has come and gone.
The digital system will replace the paper-based forms travelers are required to complete when entering or leaving the country. Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander said the online platform will make the border crossing process faster and more efficient.
Passengers will simply complete the online forms, upload to the biodata page of their passport, and receive a digital receipt with a QR code, which can be presented to the immigration and custom officers upon arrival or departure.
Minister Alexander noted, however, that the paper-based forms will not be completely phased out. He said that, as with any new system, some paper forms will remain available in case technical issues arise, allowing a temporary return to the forms while any glitches are resolved. Updates are ongoing energy projects in Trinidad and Tobago, as well as across Latin America and the Caribbean, were provided to the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries on Monday by global energy companies Halliburton and Noble Corporation. Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal and Minister in the Ministry Ernesto Quesar, along with key officials, said discussions focusing on ongoing collaboration and future opportunities to strengthen partnerships in support of Trinidad and Tobago's upstream and energy service sectors. The ministry expressed appreciation for the continued engagement and interest by both companies and acknowledged Halliburton's long-standing presence of more than 70 years in the country. Both ministers reaffirmed the government's commitment to maintaining a stable and competitive investment environment, noting that ongoing partnerships with major industry players are vital to sustaining the nation's energy future. In some sport now, interim head coach of the Trinidad and Tobago national football team, Derek King, says he is focused on continuing the progress made under former head coach Dwight York. King made the comment when asked about the displeasure expressed on social media by members of the TNT public following York's departure. TNT is set to depart for Bolivia today, where they face the South American team in an international friendly on March 15th.
You know, social media, this is life, right? Some may like the decision, some may not like the decision, right? But we're here to do our job. We want to do it to the best of our ability. As I said, you know, we want to build on what Coach Dwight did with the team for the past few months. And I think, you know, we are good players. We have good quality players. We have players that we're still looking at who showing interest with parents who born in Trinidad, with the grandparent role, and we'll be working behind the scenes to get the best possible team to represent Trinidad and Tobago.
And that's what's making the news this morning. But joining us right now is Virmala Balkaran, the host of Trinidad and Tobago Today. Good morning, Virmala.
Good morning, Carrie. How are you today?
I am doing quite well so far. We are almost at the weekend. It's Friday Eve.
It is. You know, I lost track of the week. For some reason,
well-
I just don't know what day it is anymore.
I mean, when you have so much going on, I guess it's only natural sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. What did you do yesterday?
Yesterday evening, I went to the gym, because you know me. I need to stay fit for these right hairs. Sometimes they're no easy feat.
Yeah. You went to South, you told me, right?
Yeah, I went to South as well. So I took a drive down yesterday evening because I have a class that I do in South. And I saw some bushfires on the way.
Yeah, actually yesterday we spoke with our weather girl at TTT, Zena, and she was telling us about the bushfires and, what a situation it causes, especially when it's on the roadways and the visibility. So did you have problems driving?
I had problems driving, but not for the reason you think. What actually happened was that, Trinidad and Tobago, again, macro traffic. So there were fires, yes. They were not very huge fires, and smoke was not making its way across the road to decrease visibility at all. But of course, people had to slow down and, hey, look, a fire day, boy.
Yeah, you sound really, really triggered by that one. Also, you look really nice, Carrie.
Oh, thank you very much. You look very nice yourself.
Yes, you're wearing our favorite today.
Yes. J&K Signature Styles. Thank you to our friends, especially in the Grand Bazaar branch. They're so very helpful, and they pick things for me that I would not have picked for myself. But then it turns out looking really good.
Yeah, well, you do look really nice, and I hope you have a beautiful day today, Carrie.
Thank you very much. I hope you have a beautiful day as well, Virmala.
Thank you. It's going to be a great one because on the show today, all eyes on Tobago. You know how we do that on Thursdays, so that's something to look forward to. Yeah.
All right, looking forward to it. I'll be tuning in, of course, because we're right here anyway.
Yeah. All right, Carrie, talk soon.
All right, thanks so much, Virmala. When we come back, the Trinidad and Tobago Today morning show gets going after this short break.
When it matters, we're there, reporting the news as it happens, because your world can't wait. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Coming up, another show-stopping performance from the Republic Bank Exodus Steel Orchestra as Antigua and Barbuda got ready for its own fiesta of color and energy. New ideas for Tobago tourism delivered at the Youth Congress. This highly rated property fits in perfectly with the vacation offerings of St. Kitts and Nevis, where the future of travel was laid out. It's Caribbean Passport TV on TTT.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's that time of the year again, my friends. You feel it in the air. Football, football, football. It's back. Everyone's locked in. This is Richard Torpedo Thompson, and my Trinidad and Tobago people. I'll stay this straight. Fans make the game. Cheers, chants, passion. That's the heartbeat of football. There's only one 12th man that really brings the energy. That's Andre Errol Batiste on TTT. Every Thursday on TTT. Don't miss it.
12th March 2026. The time now, it is 6:10 a.m. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Virmala Balkaran, and welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today. Well, let's take a look at what's trending this morning. Great news finally for travelers. The government is preparing to introduce a brand new online immigration card system that will replace the traditional paper forms travelers currently fill out when entering or leaving Trinidad and Tobago. Now, this is something we've been waiting for quite a while, and we're so glad that it's finally happening. The Immigration Division says the new online arrival and departure card platform, well, it's expected to launch soon, and this will allow passengers to complete their immigration forms digitally before traveling. Well, travelers will need to create an account on the government's travel portal, then upload a photo of their passport biodata page, then complete the form within 72 hours before arrival or departure. Then once you submit it, you'll receive a confirmation code with a QR code that can be shown to the immigration officers on their phone or a printed copy. So you can have a soft copy or a printed copy. And while officials are saying that the move is aimed at finally modernizing the immigration process and really making travel faster and more efficient, similar to systems already used in several Caribbean countries and of course internationally. And many citizens have really welcomed this change, saying that the current paper forms are outdated and the online option will definitely be much more convenient. I am really looking forward to that. Meanwhile, the Parliament is also saying that they've passed legislation that will allow Trinidad and Tobago's laws to be officially published online alongside the traditional printed volumes. Great news this morning. The amendment to the Law Revision Act was piloted by the Minister of Land and Legal Affairs, Saddam Hussein, who said that this move will modernize the legal system and save taxpayers millions of dollars currently spent on printing the country's law books overseas. Well, right now, even though many people access the laws online, these versions are not considered official under existing legislation, which still recognizes printed volumes as the legal standard. And this new amendment will give electronic versions of the law official status, making it so much easier to update and, of course, more accessible to us, the public. And the government is saying that this shift could save millions. Remember, previous editions that were printed and supplements of the country's laws have cost taxpayers more than, get this, $24 million over the years. So great news this morning. Well, this bill received support from both government and opposition senators, although some lawmakers are cautioning that, well, this digital system must still ensure accuracy and reliability. Well, in other news, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamla Prasad-Bissessar, has returned home following her participation in the Shield of the Americas Summit in the United States. So in a post to her Facebook page yesterday, the Prime Minister said that the government remains committed to advancing the interests of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, both at home and on the international stage. Well, today we are focusing heavily on Tobago, as you know, that we do that every single Thursday, bringing you the weekly updates from our sister Al, like sport and youth, music, and even religion. Did you know that there is a Tobago Hindu society? Well, you know what to do right now. Grab your cup of coffee and settle in. Trinidad and Tobago Today has begun. Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
This Ramadan, join me, Charlene Lewis, for Ramadan Reflections, a weekly television series exploring meaningful conversations on fasting and the significance of the holy month. Airing every Tuesday at 8:05 p.m. on TTT, beginning Tuesday 24th February, we delve into real, relatable topics that inspire spiritual growth, discipline, and understanding during Ramadan. Let's reflect, learn, and grow together this blessed month.
Ever wondered what happens before the lights come on? Before the crowd pours in? Before the magic hits the stage? This is your all-access pass. Sneak Peek with Junior K takes you behind the scenes of the biggest cultural moments and the hottest events across TNT. From the sound checks to the stage setups, from final rehearsals to exclusive interviews. If it's about to be big, we're already there. Catch Sneak Peek airing daily on TTT and relive every moment on all our social media platforms. Sneak Peek with Junior K, where the story starts before the spotlight.
Your news anytime, anywhere. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
Well, you remember a few days ago we spoke to Mr. Ephraim Serrett about the Carifta trials that were about to be held. Well, now we have a final team, and Trinidad and Tobago has named a 92-member delegation, including 74 athletes and 18 officials for the 2026 Carifta Games, which will be held in St. George's, Grenada from April 4th to the 6th. Now, it's notable that Tobago has a total of 15 athletes on the national team, 5 of which are based in Jamaica. Joining us this morning, we have the National Carifta Team Manager, Kyuki Melville, and Eden Chua from the Girls Under 17. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, and thank you for having us this morning.
Well, congratulations. Heading to Carifta, how do you feel about that? What's the feeling of the team?
Well, we are really elated to be going back to Jamaica, Grenada. We would have been there 2 years ago. Chiwa would have also been a part of that team. And it's a privilege to have the opportunity again, because last year I had the opportunity to be the team's manager. And the year prior to that, when we were in Grenada, I was the assistant manager there. So it's a privilege to go back to Grenada, and we are expecting great things from the team. I think the team is, it's a young team this year. We have a lot of persons that would have graduated out of the Carifta age group, but we are excited and looking forward to great things from this team this year.
Thank you for that, Kyuki. Aidan, how are you feeling? I mean, the trials were probably pretty intense. I know that there was a lot of preparation that went into that. But now that you have made it through, how do you feel?
Same as Kyuki said, I'm really excited. I feel really privileged to be able to go and represent my country again. And I'm really hoping to bring back more medals for my country.
Yeah, so tell us about your preparations so far.
In preparation, I've been training a lot. Like, you have to really be consistent in training and put in the hard work and have a really strong mindset and say, I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to succeed in this, and continue to put in the hard work every day.
Yeah, well, Kyuki, tell us about the preparedness of the team going into this games. It's happening April 4th to the 6th, and it's going to be a lot of intense activity. So we just asked Eden, she's preparing hard, and then the rest of the team as well. So tell us how that's been going.
So generally the teams, they prepare with their clubs, but now that the team has been formed and announced, we have a training camp that will be coming up over the next few weeks. So we start on Saturday. Our relay team will be at the stadium where we start the preparations. And the preparation also entails several workshops that are mandatory for our athletes regarding safeguarding, the anti-doping, call room procedures. So we have not fully executed everything yet, but that should start on Saturday. And we have scheduled a total of five training sessions over the upcoming weeks. But the athletes will also continue to train with their clubs as they prepare for the upcoming Curved Games.
So Eden, what has the support been like from your side of it? Your friends and your family, they're probably very excited for you. And I know your support system makes a huge difference as well. Tell me about that.
I'd say it's been really great having support from my parents, my friends, my coaches especially. They continue to push me every day to be stronger, to work harder, and prepare me for these games.
Yeah, and do you have acquaintances, or are you close to your team members, or are you meeting them for the first time, or did you know anyone going into this team together with them?
Yeah, I say last year was kind of hard for me because I didn't have anyone from my club. I didn't know anyone. So I kind of had to, push myself to make new friendships. So I'd say it's a lot easier going in this year because I'm more familiar with the faces. And a lot of my club members are going as well. So I'd have some familiar faces there as well.
Eden, would you say that there are any challenges for athletes going into this, even on a personal level? What are some of the challenges that you can face as an athlete going to compete at one of these events? What makes it hard?
I'd say one of the biggest challenges probably being on your own and having that, responsibility for yourself and carrying yourself properly, as well as having the pressure of representing your country and wanting to do the best for your country. So it could be a lot, but, you have to push through and, hold yourself up.
Thank you, Eden. Kyuki, as a female, being featured on the show today for our International Women's Day shows this entire week, how does it feel to be at the head of this team, and there's so much pressure on your shoulders, but you're doing it so gracefully as well? Also, sport is obviously a male-dominated field. So tell us about that experience.
It's a great experience, for persons to see the potential in you and give you the opportunity to lead a contingent of, 74 athletes. Last year, we had the largest contingent. This year, we have the second largest. And I am blessed with the opportunity, the privilege to have to lead both. And I think with that, they see that I am able, I am competent, and I have a very able and competent team along with me as well, consisting of several coaches and the medical team. We all work together, and without them, I would not be able to do what I'm doing. So I always give kudos to the team that is there to also assist in ensuring our athletes are well taken care of, looking after the welfare of our athletes.
Yeah, Kyuki, apart from all the pressures that you have to face as the team manager, there's also the digital age of social media, and especially when you are competing and you're representing any sort of delegation, any nation, you obviously have the naysayers, the negativity that probably comes, like cyberbullying, and all of that is such a huge part of the digital age. How do you deal with that and the negativity that can come from people that always think they can do better, but they don't know the challenges and everything that the team and athletes have to face?
Yeah, so what we tend to have the athletes do is to block out all the noise. You're going to a competition, you're going there for a specific purpose, And it's just about tunnel vision and blocking out the noises, because those distractions, it could really hamper with our athletes, and we have seen it before. So we try to take the opportunity to speak to them on a mental level, in terms of getting into their minds and ensuring that, hey, we're here for a purpose. You could do it. Believe in yourself. Go out there and lay it all on the track. And we have seen that. And we see that in Eden as well. I mean, Eden went out there last year. She was running around 56. This year, she blocked out the noises. And now she's dropping 54. And she went down to the 200, running 23. So Eden is someone that, we will be looking forward to bringing home something for us. We try not to put the pressure on her, but we know she have that inside of her. So we try to encourage her at least that, the noise, don't let that affect you. You go out there, people may want to say whatever they want to say, but you know what you are capable of, what you did over the season, and you could go out there and do it. So we ensure to continue to instill that in our athletes.
Well, Eden, this is a huge accomplishment. I just have to reiterate that. And you are a female athlete in, again, a male-dominated sport, and you are with the under-17 team. So you've started this. How long ago did you start competing, or how long ago did you become an athlete?
This year, I think I'm going on 7 years.
7 years. So 7 years of doing this. How do you feel as a young woman coming up in this sport and, going on a world stage and competing against, the best of the best, because you are also one of the best of the best?
Thank you. Sometimes it could be really challenging. Sometimes you have doubts in your mind. Sometimes you're at a low point, but you just have to keep pushing. And as a female in the sport, so it can also be tough sometimes, as it's a very male-dominated sport and people look out for boys mostly, but I'm trying to prove myself to my country and to the world and just keep making myself proud.
Yeah, and I was just talking to Kyuki about the digital age, cyber bullying, and people and all the negativity that can come from that. And I'm hopeful that you're always blocking out the noise. How do you deal with that as well as a young person?
Well, especially on weekdays or whenever I have to run a race, I try to keep my phone away from me as much as possible, especially TikTok apps like TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that, because it's very distracting and it can get in your head, and you just need to keep your mind clear and focus on your race.
Yeah, my final question to you, Kyuki, any challenges going into these games that, may be currently facing and things you need to address in the team before the games?
Okay, so regarding challenges, we do face some challenges in terms of the financial aspect. Over the past period, sponsorship has been a challenge for the entries. Nonetheless, we are working on getting few sponsors to come on board to assist us, especially with our preparations, the upcoming preparations. One of the challenges that we tend to face with our athletes is injuries. So injuries is something that we have a medical team on board, and at this point in time, we are doing little assessments with several athletes to ensure that they are healthy and they could go out there and represent us well. So those are some of the challenges we will face. Again, the mental state of our athletes. We tend to have persons or past athletes come in and say a few words to them. So last year we had Jereme Richards say several motivational words to them, and we are again looking forward to having some more athletes come on board that they could encourage them and let them know that they are capable, they are competent, and they could go out there and do it. So that's some of the challenges we generally face. The track this year, we were able to have access to that, and we are grateful, and we are looking forward to having access to the track over the next few weeks, that our athletes could go out there and prepare for competition.
Well, Eden, what are you looking forward to most apart from competing in the games?
I'd say being with all my friends again, because birthday is so fun. I had the best time last year. I remember last year leaving, I was so sad because I made so many fun memories, made so many friends, and it was just a wonderful experience.
Yeah, and QC, I think that's a really important part, QK, just ensuring that they have a good time as well. You know, as Eden said, it's just meeting up with their friends, and it's just a great experience and making memories that they will take into the athletics fair and into their lives for a long time to come. Well, just a sense of pride this morning that Tobago and 15 athletes on the national team. That is absolutely huge. So congratulations to Tobago on that. Well, as you head to the games, any closing words, anything you want to let the members of the public know, and that we're really looking forward to these games coming up?
So certainly, the games, again, I will announce the dates. It's taking place over the Easter weekend from the 4th to the 6th of April in Grenada. So we are looking forward to all the support we can get. We have a supporters group that is traveling to Grenada with us. We know everyone cannot make it, but we are asking you to tune in online, tune in on the media, and just give us as much support as we can get. It plays a major role in how the athletes perform. We would have seen that last year when we were at home, so we are looking forward to all the support that we can get. We hope that, persons will block out all the negativity and just believe in our athletes as they go out there.
And what about you, Eden? Any closing words to, your family members, your support system, to your fans out there?
I say just thank you, everyone who supports me, and I'm going to try my best to make everyone proud and make my country proud. This is Carifta.
Yeah, well, good luck going forth 2020 Carifta Games. Ladies, thank you for joining me. All the best in the games, and have the best time and create all the great memories and bring it home.
Thank you for having us. It's
You're
a
most
pleasure.
welcome. All right, the time now 6:32 a.m. on Trinidad and Tobago today. Well, Carifta Games 2026, we've got a look at the qualifying list for you on Trinidad and Tobago today. Here is the list of the Carifta 2026 team. When we come back, the show continues on TTT. If you're streaming us live on Facebook or YouTube, a special good morning to you. We come back with a little bit about the Tobago Hindu Society.
Introducing the new Sun Mix Nut Bar. Available in 3 delicious flavors: granola raisin nut, almond cranberry crunch, and coconut almond crisp. All packed on a rich bed of dark chocolate.
Taste the good life, snack right. Taste the good life anytime. Good life. Sun Mix.
Sunshine Snacks Sun Mix Nut Bar. Taste the good life.
For me, it started off with you. This whole journey started off with me falling in love with you and getting married to you. And the kids are outside of that space. I love my kids. They are our pride and joy, but they are outside of that space. They cannot and will not interfere with our dynamic. And that's just my mindset. And it's not wrong when, especially during the early years of your kids and your development as parents, you're going to spend focus, and you're going to probably focus a lot of your time, a lot of your attention, a lot of your finances, your resources on your children. That wouldn't change. But I'm always intentional about making you my number one focus. And that's just my point of view. And the reason why I say that is because when we were dating, all we had was each other. So,
and eventually the kids are going to go off.
And the kids are going to go off.
School, to college, they're going to become adults.
Even before college, they're going to become teenagers, and they're going to want to do their own thing. And then you're going to find your identity being kind of shifted, because for the previous 13 years, all you did was make sure that they had what they need. And you kind of forgot about yourself, forgot about the relationship. And now they're being independent, they have their own friends, they don't want to be smothered.
The Marriage Confessional, only on TTT.
Came out from underground, and met 3 new friends. What will he discover
Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
Well, for all the stories that you see here and more, you can check us out at TTT Online. If you want to send us a story idea, a press release, you want to be part of the conversation, you want to advertise with us, well, all you have to do is email us at tttoday@ttt.co.tt, and you can be a part of the conversation that's shaping our nation. Trinidad and Tobago Today, all the news you can trust, and of course, all the stories that matter. We're available on all socials at TTT Live Online and at TNT Today Show. Remember that email once again for you. It's tttoday@ttt.co.tt, and you can be a part of the show. Well, Trinidad and Tobago's Minister of Homeland Security, Roger Alexander, has confirmed that the United States has provided local authorities with a persons of interest list linked to illegal drugs, firearms, and violent crime. Well, this list comes as TNT's participation. And as you know, the America's Counter Cartel Coalition, which is that U.S.-led initiative aimed at strengthening regional cooperation against organized criminal networks. A lot of discussions surrounding that coalition. Well, while Alexander declined to disclose the names on the list, obviously for national security reasons, he said that the intelligence sharing efforts form part of the broader collaboration between regional and international law enforcement agencies to combat drug trafficking and cartel activity, specifically in the Caribbean. The time now is 6:38 a.m. We take a short break, and when we come back, we are talking about Tobago Hindu Society, a closer look at Hinduism in our sister isle of Tobago. Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
And I think a lot of people, they overthink this sometimes when it comes to time for each other, and they kind of put too much pressure on themselves about it. What do you think? No?
Yes, I think that's the case.
It's not, you know, you can start small.
It's not that deep. It's not that complicated.
You can start small. It doesn't have to be always a big extravagant date somewhere or flying to some exotic country or something like that, right? It could be the smallest of things. It could be just watching a sitcom for half an hour, one day a week, right? Just the two of you, right? Or grabbing dinner, or being intentional about sitting down and eating dinner together and just having conversation, right? And not just being so busy with life that you're not even checking in. You're not even checking to see how that person is doing or feeling. The Marriage Confessional, only on TTT.
This Ramadan, join me, Charlene Lewis, for Ramadan Reflections, a weekly television series exploring meaningful conversations on fasting and the significance of the holy month. Airing every Tuesday at 8:05 p.m. on TTT, beginning Tuesday 24th February, we delve into real, relatable topics that inspire spiritual growth, discipline, and understanding during Ramadan. Let's reflect, learn, and grow together this blessed month.
Your stories, your communities, your country. TTT News is everywhere, on the ground, across Trinidad and Tobago, and on every smart device. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Well, today, as I promised you, we are going to be taking a closer look at Hinduism in Tobago and the work being done to preserve and promote Hindu culture and traditions on the island. Well, the Tobago Hindu Society was actually founded around 1981 by Hindus from Trinidad who were living and working in Tobago, and they really wanted a space where they could practice their religion and maintain their cultural traditions. And over the years, the organization has grown into an important cultural and spiritual institution. They host events like Indian Arrival Day celebrations, Diwali celebrations, the Hanuman Yatra, and Ganesh Utsav. Well, the society is also working toward an exciting goal, the development of a Hindu temple, which carries some really good history, and a cultural center at Signal Hill after being granted land by the Tobago House of Assembly in 2014. So in a short bit, we'll be joined by Govinda Ramlogan from the Tobago Hindu Society, along with Bhimal Ramlogan, a member of the organization, to talk about the growth of Hinduism in Tobago and the vision for the society moving forward. I believe we'll have them on the line in a few seconds. I think they are here. Gentlemen, namaste and welcome to the program.
Namaste and Sitaram. Thank you for having us here.
Well, you're most welcome. Now, a lot of people probably didn't realize that Tobago has a Hindu society. So I want you to tell us a little bit about the history of the society and how it was first started in Tobago. Can you hear me? Okay, I do believe we're having a little bit of a technical issue this morning with this connection. And we will probably try that again. Can you hear me?
Yes, come on, Sita.
Yes. Okay, so once again, tell us a little bit about the history of the Tobago Hindu Society and how it was started in the first place.
Well, the society was started over 30-something years by my auntie, Pulwati Holas Bipat, and other members of the Tobago Hindu Society. And over the years, we have grown a lot. And currently, we are building the first Hindu mandir in Tobago, which is being shown right now. The land was donated by the THA, Tobago House of Assembly, the Chief Secretary, and currently National Commission of Self-Help. Self-Help is the main sponsor, and other persons contribute a lot towards the building of the society. Also, our pundit, Ramdat Mahis, he was involved in starting the construction. Also, we'd like to thank the Chief Secretary, Fali Chavez Augustin, for sending URP workers to assist in the construction. And all of the members, we continue to assist a lot in the construction of the first Hindu mandir.
Yeah, well, for viewers who may not be too familiar, what role does this society play within the Hindu community in Tobago today? How involved are people? How big is the organization?
Well, we host Indian Arrival programs, Diwali programs, and also the president, she's involved in the interfaith religious bodies in Tobago, where we unite with all the different religious bodies in Tobago. And we also visit schools and continue to spread Hinduism throughout Tobago. And with this temple being built, with allowed a lot of tourism impact in Tobago, bringing in a lot of persons. to witness this temple. And we continue to, spread our culture. My cousin also went to India on a scholarship to perform. And yeah, we are very involved in Tobago.
So, Governor, tell me about the activities that you host regularly at the Tobago Hindu Society.
Yeah, we host Diwali programs, Indian Arrival programs, Pagwa celebrations, Ganesh Utsav, Hanuman Jayanti, basically all the various Hindu festivals. We try to host them, and along with assistance from persons from Trinidad, we bring up artists. And currently, the next event we are hosting is a cultural program on VegQ in aid of building the Tobago Hindu Society Temple at the BPAT Ranch and Cultural Center in Caparo, Trinidad. This will be taking place on the 11th of April from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. We have cultural performances by Surinja Ramuta, many artists from Trinidad, the Acharya Rukmini Holas BPAT, also artists from Tobago such as Mia BPAT. She is one of the youngest stars growing up in Tobago. We have Sanjay Sharma, and tickets are only $100 at the door.
Yeah. So, Hinduism emphasizes, Govinda, values like truth, nonviolence, things like that. And bringing that element to Tobago is such a special thing. And I'm sure members of the community are also really involved, even the non-Hindu members, and they really enjoy everything that the society puts on. How has that been, just being, not just attracting, as you said, tourists and visitors to come and see everything that you've been doing, but also the people living in Tobago. It's a nice community, right?
Yes, all the Tobagonians, they look forward to our programs and events. There's a lot of love and unity throughout Tobago. As I said before, my auntie, the president of the Tobago Hindu Society, Purwati Holas Bipat, she's involved in the interfaith religious bodies in Tobago. So it have all the various Christians, our Hindu society, even the Muslims. So when we host programs, all these various spiritual leaders and religious leaders, they come together and support one of each other. When there are Eid programs in the mosque, we also go there and the various Christian events. So in Tobago, there's a lot of love and unity, and the THA is very supportive also.
Yeah, well, Govinda, it's also a really huge task to keep tradition and Hinduism alive and to ensure that the younger generation, they continue to learn about the religion. I know that the society's objectives include things like educational programs to do this. Tell us about that.
Well, we often visit secondary schools, primary schools throughout Tobago, such as Signal Secondary, Bishop's High School, Scarborough Secondary, the various primary schools, and we demonstrate the different cultural performances and also educate them because, education is the key. And I am also an artist by name Tobago Chana, and I'm the PRO of the Tobago Hindu Society. And the students, the young generation, they appreciate it. They come on stage, they dance, they get involved a lot. The MC Virmala Balkaran, he also, during the programs, he hosts the pick-up and competition, which, is very fun and interactive, and they get to learn new things about the culture and also the Hindu words. And we came from a cultural background, as you might know, Bojang Holas. He's our uncle, and so we came from that background.
I actually know that from one of your collabs with him. I think you maybe did a cover of one of his songs. So I understand as well that you are one of the only chutney artists in Tobago. Am I correct?
Yes, I am the first and only chutney artist in Tobago, and I also play a lot of instruments. And in the video that was just shown was my cousin Sita Bipat, and now they are showing Mia Bipat. So we have a lot of Tobago talent, and yeah, we continue to spread. It is our love and passion, and we are very passionate about this. And the Tobago community, they appreciate us a lot, especially the food, and they enjoy everything we have to offer.
Yeah, definitely flying the flag of Hinduism high. I know you come from a really cultural family and a really strong heritage as well. And, kudos to you and your family and also the Tobago Hindu Society. So if viewers want to get involved, they want to join the society, they want to attend maybe the Monday when all of this comes together, or just parts of your initiatives and just be a part of the organization, how can they do that?
Well, we have our Facebook page, Tobago Hindu Society Incorporated, and also they can feel free to contact any of the members. And the temple is open to all. And we encourage everyone, and we would like to invite everyone, no matter which part of the world you are from, to come visit our programs, enjoy, learn, meet the members, and also teach us, because we might not know everything. And we invite all religious bodies. We are welcome. And even you and the TTT, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. And we encourage everyone to visit us.
All right. Thank you very, very, very much. And congratulations once again. And tell us about the upcoming event that you have. What's the one event you were telling us about?
Yeah, it is a fundraiser at the BPATS Ranch in Caparo. It will be hosted on the 11th of April from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. We have a lot of performers from Trinidad, such as Prince Navin Prabhu, Acharya Rukmini Holas Bipat, Mia Bipat from Tobago, Sanjay Sharma from India, and a lot of artists. It is only $100 at the door. And come out and be a part of this initiative to help us to complete the first Hindu temple in Tobago.
Thank you very much, Govinda Ramlogan from the Tobago Hindu Society. You are the PRO, right?
Yes, I am the PRO, and thank you so much once again for giving us this opportunity.
You're most welcome. Have a great day, and namaste to you, Govinda.
Sitaram, thank you.
Sitaram. All right, just about 8 minutes before 7 o'clock on Trinidad and Tobago today. Definitely a packed day talking all about Tobago. When we come back, it continues.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1. Bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I'll go right to on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
For this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we do. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
I'm Renee Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
Well, travel in and out of Trinidad and Tobago just got easier. From March 17th, travelers will no longer need to fill out the traditional paper-based arrival and departure forms, as the Ministry of Homeland Security launched the country's new online arrival departure card platform. It's called EDC. Remember, we spoke about that at the start of the show? Well, here it is for you. Daniel John reports.
This has been long overdue. We have been left behind, somewhat primitively. But today is a new day. In fact, when you had paper-based situations to fill out, that was an era then. That era has come and gone.
The Ministry of Homeland Security officially launched Trinidad and Tobago's online arrival departure card, or ADC platform, on Wednesday. The new digital system will replace the paper-based forms travelers are required to complete when entering or leaving the country. Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander said the online platform will make the border crossing process faster and more efficient.
Passengers will simply complete the online forms, upload to the biodata page of their passport, and receive a digital receipt with a QR code, which can be presented to the immigration and custom officers upon arrival or departure.
Minister Alexander noted, however, that the paper-based forms will not be completely phased out.
Just like in any other system, just in case that we have any issues, we'll keep some forms available in case we have to return to those forms for a short time to fix any glitch that it may have. Because everything new sometimes starts off sometimes very rocky, and we intend to treat that like that.
Minister of Public Administration and Artificial Intelligence Dominic Smith said the platform was a priority of the government.
I remember distinctly 2 weeks into office, the minister and I sat and we said, in his typical fashion, Minister, what do you do about this thing, right? This online travel thing? And I remember we set up a joint committee with several of the stakeholders involved here, including CARICOM Impacts, and a number of stakeholders from immigration, from the Customs Division, permanent secretaries, deputy permanent secretaries. And at that meeting, we decided what is the impediment? What is the challenge with this, what can be seen as a rudimentary adjustment?
Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Homeland Security, Dr. Wilson Henderson Jr. said personnel will be stationed at the airport to assist passengers in navigating the system. The ADC platform will be fully implemented on March 17th. However, Minister Alexander noted that the platform will be available from March 14th to ensure travelers are familiarized with the system ahead of implementation. Daniel John, TTT News.
Really exciting news this morning. So remember, you'll need to create an account on the government's travel portal. Then you upload a picture of your passport biodata page, and then you get about 72 hours to complete the form before arrival or departure. That is something we will continue to take a look at. Exciting news if you are going to be traveling from March 14th. The time now is 6:59. Carrie's up next with the major network news. And after that, we continue with TNT Today.
Good morning, this is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts, making the news at this time. Congratulations came from Minister of Rural Development and Local Government, Khadija Amin, who praised Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar for her successful visit to the United States and historic meeting with President Donald Trump.
U.S. marks the first time in more than 3 decades that a Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago has been invited to meet with a sitting President of the United States. It is really a significant milestone in the relationship between our two nations, Trinidad and Tobago and the U.S., and another historic first under the leadership of Kamla Persad-Bissessar. History has been created, and this meeting signals renewed respect for Trinidad and Tobago on the international stage.
Amin described the engagement as a milestone in bilateral relations, highlighting its potential to unlock many benefits for the country.
The discussions that Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar would have had with President Trump have the potential to really unlock meaningful opportunities for the country. These strengthened relationships with the U.S. can lead to new avenues for investment, and out of that, increased revenue and job creation that will support economic growth across the nation. And, these opportunities can really bring real benefits to our communities throughout Trinidad and Tobago.
The minister said that the Prime Minister's discussions with President Trump have the potential to unlock meaningful opportunities for the country while bringing real benefits to communities across Trinidad and Tobago.
When we have these international partnerships that are built at the highest level, they really create pathways for development that reach every corner of the country, including, and very importantly, rural communities in Trinidad, as well as in Tobago, that depend on strong infrastructure and local economic activity. So I commend Kamla Persad-Bissessar for continuing to break barriers and create new opportunities for Trinidad and Tobago, and for positioning this country for long-term prosperity and development.
Criminal attorney Fareed Ali says licensing officers must be treated with the same respect given to police officers. His comments come in the wake of a viral confrontation involving a maxi taxi driver and licensing officers. The attorney says the public often forgets that licensing officers perform a law enforcement function and should be treated accordingly.
They are simply doing what they have to do and executing the law under the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act. We may not like the manner in which the law is being executed. We may think that some officials tend to be high-handed. But the job is a difficult job, and one has to do it.
His statements come just 2 days after this video went viral, showing a confrontation between a maxi taxi driver and licensing officers along the southern main road in Curep. The driver has since been arrested by police, charged with assault. Attorney Ali noted that motorists retain constitutional protections, but only when they remain within the law.
If it is we stay within the parameters of the law, meaning we, being civilians, we as drivers are the nation's rules, then these officers cannot in any way infringe on our right to life, liberty, security of person, and enjoyment of property, meaning that.
The attorney also said the maxi taxi driver in the viral video should have filed an official complaint through the Maxi Taxi Association. He noted that motorists who believe a licensing officer acted without integrity can also use the proper complaint channels, adding that officers can be investigated and disciplined. He stressed that both motorists and officers have responsibilities and that proper procedure, not public confrontations, ensures accountability. In some sport news now, head coach of the Presentation College San Fernando cricket team, Hollister Pajot, hailed the dedication and sacrifice shown by his players and the school staff. This after Presentation clinched the Powergen Secondary Schools Cricket League Premiership 1 title when they defeated Shiva Boys Hindu College.
Victory. I think I want to pay homage to the guys and them for all the hard work since October we would have started, and kudos to them. They played an excellent tournament, and congrats to them. Also, I want to just touch base as well on the coaching staff, right? David Williams, Luke, also the principal of the school, Miss Khan, Jalim, Jason, all of them. I think it was a holistic effort, a collective effort, and congrats to the guys.
All eyes now turn to the Boys Intercall Championship, with Presentation hoping to add this trophy to their cabinet.
We got the result that we needed, and we're just happy about that. You know, we're really thrilled about that, and just right now, it's not over. It's just we have the intercall to finish as well, right? So just we'll celebrate today, fine, but just we look ahead to the intercall as well.
And that was your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. After the short break, we return to Trinidad and Tobago Today.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Health and wellness, the core of our existence on planet Earth. Let us hear the voices of our very own citizens, our local and regional medical community, scientists and climatologists. Caribbean Medical TV is geared to developing a consciousness in our people in terms of our health and lifestyle. Knowledge is a very powerful tool, and we must empower ourselves with the information to protect against chronic and other related diseases. From the impact of climate change on our health to NCDs, Season 3 of Caribbean Medical TV tackles the challenges we all face, giving our citizens hope for a better tomorrow. Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV.
It's that time of the year again, my friends. Feel it in the air. Football, football, football. It's back, and everyone's locked in. This is Richard Torpedo Thompson, and my Trinidad and Tobago people. I'll stay this straight. Fans make the game. Cheers, chants, passion. That's the heartbeat of football. There's only one 12th man that really brings the energy. That's Andre Errol Batiste on TTT. Every Thursday on TTT. Don't miss it.
The Mother Church of the Anglican Diocese suffered significant damage during the earthquake of 2018. Efforts are underway to raise funds to restore this national heritage site. You are invited to make your donations with monthly deposits at any branch of the First Citizens Bank, account number 2696950, Marval Road Branch, in the name of the Incorporated Trustees of the Anglican Holy Trinity Cathedral Restoration.
All eyes on Tobago this morning. You know how we do that on a Thursday on Trinidad and Tobago Today. The time now 9 minutes after 7 o'clock. Hope you're having a beautiful morning. Not too much traffic, hopefully, and hope it's going to be a nice day in terms of the weather. Well, for all the stories that you see here, you know you can catch us at TTT Live Online for all the repeats, everything that you're interested in. TTT Online. Also, TNT Today Show. Follow us on all socials for all the updates with everything happening here and Trinidad and Tobago today. Well, we continue as we promised with Eyes on Tobago, and now we're talking about TT Youth Will Rise. That Trinidad and Tobago Youth Will Rise, also known as TTYR. I'm joined now by Nkosi Phillips, the leader and founder of TNT Youth Will Rise. Good morning, Nkosi.
Pleasant good morning to you, and good morning to Tobago and Trinidad by extension and the listening public. Thank you very much for having you. And correction, it's TTYWR.
TTYWR. So it's TNT Youth Will Rise.
Yes, Trinidad and Tobago Youth Will Rise. Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, tell us, how did this come about? How did TTYWR come about?
Well, Trinidad and Tobago Youth Will Rise has been especially in on TTT since 2015 to now. We have always been there with, the previous stars talking about the gender equality and what we do at the United Nations. Some of the projects we do, the social programs we do in Trinidad and Tobago, like our food suits hamper, our back to school drive, our house rebuilding construction program, and all the other initiatives we do. But this morning we were talking about the involvement of the 70th session of the Commission on Status of Women, which will take place at the United Nations headquarters in New York, which has already started from the 9th of March to the 19th of March 2026.
Yeah, so you will be attending that.
Yes, I have 3 delegates there already, and they have already started in the meeting. And I have been here waiting. I've been online with some of the virtual meetings, and I will be joining them either this Friday or on Monday, because I have to do a presentation with 3 of the countries. China delegate has asked me to speak on cybercrime and how that works for the bias of women and men. Also, we have the other organization, the African Renaissance and Diaspora Network. They have asked me to be a part of the Advancing Gender Equality Through Inclusive Leadership and Positive Masculinity, and other things I'll be partaking in. I have a lot of sessions carded for me, and I'll be speaking on 3 of those sessions and representing and making sure that Trinidad and Tobago's flag continue to fly high through Trinidad and Tobago Youth Will Rise.
Yeah, so this is extremely huge, especially on the heels of just celebrating International Women's Day just a few days ago. So this is a really big accomplishment for you as well as TTYWR. That is definitely a mouthful. But, congrats on that. So tell us about that presentation that you have to make at the commission.
Right, one of the presentations is on cybersecurity and how Trinidad and Tobago view cybersecurity, especially when it comes to bullying and the bias of men and women. If it is biased that we provide laws to protect the women and not protect the men and young boys who are also cyberbullied. I'll be putting, based on what our laws here in Trinidad and Tobago, and if there are anything in place for it, I'll be talking on it and putting it in your presentation and making also some suggestions as how the international arena can assist the lower regions and the regional countries in Trinidad and Tobago, not only Trinidad and Tobago, but the Caribbean region. With the other one that I'll be talking about, it's about gender equality and the bias norm, which is something that I've always advocated, that we continue to push laws for the protection of women, but we are forgetting and neglecting our young men and men, because you see, we still have the issue where a man is being abused by a woman, but when he goes to the police station, he is still bullied or still laughed at by the police. So, we still have that norm that we still have to work on. No matter how much things we put in place and policies, it is not enforced through the police stations as strong as it's supposed to. So I'll be also touching on that as well. Also, I will be discussing, this year I am supposed to holding one of the conferences. I have 147 ambassadors around the world and around the different NGOs who we would have been meeting here in Tobago on the 18th of May to the 24th to discuss the bigger conference that I wanted to hold at the United Nations NGO SAC conference here in Trinidad and Tobago as well, which will be held in August from the 16th to the 24th, which so far we have a registration of 2,768 persons. And I think by the time I get there, we will have a final configuration as to how much persons will be registered to come. But unfortunately, I may have to make some changes because I've been doing this a very long time. And the thing is lack of support. And, there's always a bias against me in terms of me representing and doing this and trying to bring it back here to help our community, but I'm not getting the financial support. I'm not getting the support from the business sector, not even sometimes the government. Well, we haven't changed the government, so I don't know how that's going to work, but I have to make some fast decisions because persons have already booked. So I'll have to be taking it out of Tobago and transferring it to a different island, or the first meeting, which we'll have in May with the leaders first, I will have to move it to Trinidad to see if I can get it, because I'm already talking to some of the hotels in Trinidad for accommodation at the conference spaces. So, it's very sad that I'm trying to build something here in Tobago and trying to let the entrepreneurs, the guest houses, the tour guides, everything to build our tourism here, but the support is not there. It's not there.
Yeah, understandable, Nkosi. So thank you for sharing that with us. What's your vision for the future for TT Youths Will Rise?
Well, we are totally internationally recognized. We are internationally recognized as a minority voice. We are totally pushing ourselves internationally to get more recognition, to get more partnership, to build for young people, to build for youth, trying to merge the gap of NGOs from international arena to the local regional. So we have, through my leadership, I do not want to be here too long as a leadership, as the ambassador for the organization. I'm trying to get young people to push them on to be leaders and to be, going out there and represent. So hence the reason I've started taking delegations for them to take over. So I'm looking forward for great things for young people, working with the administration, both Tobago and Trinidad, if they want to work with us, to make sure to ensure whatever projects we have, it benefits both young women and young girls and also young men and men as well.
Thank you very much, Nkosi Phillips, and congrats and good luck in everything going forth with TT Youths Will Rise, and I know you will surely represent for us at that 70th Annual Commission coming up.
Yes, and thank you for being a new face to us, and I welcome you, and I look forward to having greater discussions with you in the future. Welcome aboard, TTT.
You are always welcome here, Nkosi.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, have a great day, and good luck again.
Thank you.
16 minutes after 7 o'clock. When we come back, a season of healing in Tobago, praise and worship. That's coming up this Sunday, and so much more.
City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1. Bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I'll go right to on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
In a world filled with uncertainty, there is still hope. When the weight feels heavy and the night feels long, remember, your story isn't over. God's promises are still true, His love is still strong, and your breakthrough is still coming. Join us for Messages of Hope, Words of Encouragement with Pastor Jesse, presented by Youth Fires. Hope lives here, only on TTT.
The door that once held it
The Anglican Church in the Diocese of Trinidad and Tobago region, well, the Tobago region that is inviting the public to a special spiritual gathering this weekend. Well, the event titled Gathering of the Pilgrims, a Season of Healing, takes place this coming weekend. That's Sunday at 8 a.m. We'll learn more about this morning as I'm joined now by Renelle Clark, I believe. Renelle, are you on the line?
On the line. Good morning, Raynell. Thank you.
Hello, Renelle Clark, and you are part of the committee for Gathering of the Pilgrims, right?
Yes, I am.
All right, so tell us a little bit about this event.
Okay, Gathering of the Pilgrims is a fellowship event. It's one of two fellowship events of the Tobago region of the Anglican Church in the Diocese of Trinidad and Tobago. There are 21 Anglican churches in Tobago. So about 25 years ago, who is now the Archdeacon Tobago, Philip Isaac, he had his parish of St. David start visiting the other three parishes, which would be St. Mary in the east, St. Andrew in Scarborough and environs, and St. Patrick in Mount Pleasant and Crown Point. Because it occurred to him there are 21 churches, there's no way we can know all the Anglicans. So he was on a mission to ensure that we are familiar with who the people in the other churches are. He went to, at the time, then parish priest at St. Patrick Parish, who is now our Bishop, Claude Berkeley, telling him about the idea. And then Claude Berkeley said, well, bring them to Mount Pleasant, let them come by we. And that was the first gathering of pilgrims. Since then, it's been a staple on the Anglican Church calendar. It's a church service where we all come together, fellowship, there's a fellowship lunch, and different iterations of prayer. This year, however, we are doing something different, something special in the Lenten season, a healing service inspired by all the events around, because we note that there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of struggling, there's a lot of illness going on, whether it's physical, mental, or spiritual in our society, and we want to do something about it. So we're inviting persons, all Anglicans, non-Anglicans, it really doesn't matter who you belong to, what you subscribe to religiously. If you are in need of healing, come for your blessing. There will be laying on of hands by lay ministers and deacons. There will be anointing of persons by priests.
Yeah. Renelle, also, if people want to make donations, can they do that? What's the information if you want to reach out?
Sure, they can make donations and we welcome donations. Absolutely. You can make donations either in person at the service on the day, or you can contact the Tobago Regional Council Office. I will give you that contact number. The Tobago Regional Council Office, that number is 639-2972. Again, 639-2972. Or they can contact the host parish for this year's event, which is St. Patrick Parish at 639-8832. That's 639-8832. Or email stpatrickparish.tobago@gmail.com. stpatrickparish.tobago@gmail.com. Or Anglican PMAD AnglicanPMAD@gmail.com.
All right, Renelle, as we close, remind us about the event this coming Sunday. It's the 15th of March, if anyone missed it and they want to attend.
Gathering of the Pilgrims, a season of healing. The Tobago region of the Anglican Church invites you to come fellowship with us, come praise and worship with us, come lay your burdens down and prepare your bodies for the breakthrough that's in the midst. Our clergy have been praying for a month leading up to this event, asking God to anoint every single part of the human body. So trust and believe that we are ready. You are stepping into your season of healing. We invite you, join us. Fellowship with us. This is a season of healing beginning at 8 a.m. at the Shore Park Complex this Sunday, 15th March. Again, that's 8 a.m. this Sunday at the Shore Park Complex. Gathering of the Pilgrims, a season of healing.
Thank you, Renelle Clark, and all the best in this event. And we look forward to all the highlights coming out of it. All right, have a great day.
You too. Blessings to you. Bye-bye.
All right, 7:25. When we come back, the Signal Hill Alumni Choir is with us. Tobago on the Spotlight.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now listen, this is your boy Carlos Edwards, and as a former player, let me tell you, it's the fans, man. The fans that made the game, that's the 12th man right there. And when it comes to Trinidad and Tobago, there's only one 12th man you need to know. My guy, Andre Baptiste on TTT, is bringing the heat every Thursday.
Coming up, another show-stopping performance from the Republic Bank Exodus Steel Orchestra as Antigua and Barbuda got ready for its own fiesta of color and energy. New ideas for Tobago tourism delivered at the Youth Congress. This highly rated property fits in perfectly with the vacation offerings of St. Kitts and Nevis, where the future of travel was laid out. It's Caribbean Passport TV on TTT.
Signal Hill Alumni Choir, or SHAC, is continuing its fundraising efforts for their upcoming trip to South Africa with another concert in Trinidad this weekend. Well, the event titled Source to Shore, a musical journey, will take place this Saturday from 5 p.m. Now, this free concert forms part of the choir's ongoing initiatives to raise support as they prepare to depart in August. Joining me this morning, the director of SHAC, Mr. John Arnold. Good morning, Mr. Arnold.
Good morning. Good morning to you and good morning to TNT and the wider world.
Well, what a beautiful choir SHAC is. And we are always, just excited to see all the highlights coming out of SHAC. But today we're talking about Source to Show. It's a musical journey, and you're going to South Africa.
Yeah, that's the intention, and this is the journey that we started since last year. We were to go last year, August, but certain things mitigated the travel. But I think we all geared and we all set to go this year. And Source to Show is actually a bridging concept of the music of South Africa to the music of TNT. So really and truly what people will get is some of the music from the same South Africa, many of the South Africa folk and real key pieces, and also the music of TNT, our folk music, and our calypso and soca music.
Yeah, well, tell us about this event taking place on Saturday.
Yes, on Saturday, we're asking everybody gather with us at Exodus Pan Theatre, Pan Yard, at 6 o'clock, Saturday 14. And we're asking everybody to come. It's a free concert, and everybody asks the same question. So how could you have free and yet you're asking? So the aim behind it, we've done about 4 of these kinds of concerts in Tobago, right? And they were highly successful. And this is our first one in Trinidad, right? And what we're hoping to do is to really let people enjoy and come to this free concert and donate as they feel. If they're inspired, the music excites them, let them feel free to do that. That's what this is all about. Yeah.
And what can we expect at this free concert?
Right. So we're doing, as I said, because we're keeping very close to the theme of Source to Show, Source being Africa, Shore being Trinidad and Tobago. We are doing music, the repertoire that we've prepared for this, very exciting repertoire, some really great African melodies, both from South Africa and the mainland and other countries within the African continent. And we also will be doing some Tobago folk, Trinidad folk, and also some great calypso and soca. We actually did a little presentation of, and we were rehearsing that up to last night, of Can't Behave. So we're right up. We're pretty much updated in terms of repertoire.
Just remind us, so once again, before we wrap up, Mr. Arnold, the concert takes place on Saturday. It's at 6 p.m. And where is it going to be held?
Yes, this is going to be held at Exodus Pan Theatre in the east, St. Augustine area there. And it starts at 6 o'clock promptly. And everybody knows that when Signal says 6 o'clock, we mean 6 o'clock. We start. If there are 10 persons, we start. All right. So we're looking forward to good support. Everybody come. It's a free show, but walk with your donation.
All right. Well, I like that.
By the way, just one last thing.
Sure.
One last thing. We're bringing some Tobago culinary delights. All right. The usual Benny ball, sugar cake, fudge, the Tobago sweets. We're going to be bringing that, and so we'll have some of that on sale also. That's a little value added for the show.
Well, that's something to look forward to, and I like that. Tobago time is different from Trini time. When Tobago says it's going to be that time, that's exactly the time we expect to start. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Arnold. All the best this coming Saturday, and of course, in that trip to South Africa.
Yes, thanks very much.
All right, have a great day. Okay, well, 7:34, always giving you a time check. Maybe you were a little bit late this morning, feeling that, midweek. It's actually not midweek, it's past midweek, and by now you're feeling that burnout. Well, good news is Friday is almost here. The weekend is just hours away. That's how I like to look at it. When we come back, we continue our talks about Tobago, the community impact courses being offered in Tobago. Miss Anne Natasha II, the Division of the Education in Tobago, joins us on Trinidad and Tobago today.
Unleash your imagination with TTT's terrific Toon Time. Join us as we stop evil geniuses from taking over the world on Super Z, or hop on board for a journey into outer space with Galaxy Kids. Be a part of our quest to save the forest alongside our robot pals from Bugspot Ignition. Or let's go exploring with Duda and Dada. It's fun-filled adventure with terrific Toon Time right here on TTT.
It's that time of the year again, my friends. Feel it in the air. Football, football, football. It's back. Everyone's locked in. This is Richard Torpedo Thompson, and my Trinidad and Tobago people. I'll stay this straight. Fans make the game. Cheers, chants, passion. That's the heartbeat of football. There's only one 12th man that really brings the energy. That's Andre Errol Batiste on TTT. Every Thursday on TTT. Don't miss it.
For me, it started off with you. This whole journey started off with me falling in love with you and getting married to you. And the kids are outside of that space. I love my kids. They are our pride and joy, but they are outside of that space. They cannot and will not interfere with our dynamic. And that's just my mindset. And it's not wrong when, you know, especially during the early years of your kids and your development as parents, you're going to spend focus, and you're going to probably focus a lot of your time, a lot of your attention, a lot of your finances, your resources on your children. That wouldn't change. But I'm always intentional about making you my number one focus. And that's just my point of view. And the reason why I say that is because when we were dating, all we had was each other. So,
and eventually the kids are going to go off.
And the kids are going to go off.
School, to college, they're going to become adults.
Even before college, they're going to become teenagers, and they're going to want to do their own thing. And then you're going to find your identity being kind of shifted, because for the previous 13 years, all you did was make sure that they had what they need. And you kind of forgot about yourself, forgot about the relationship. And now they're being independent, they have their own friends, they don't want to be smothered.
The Marriage Confessional, only on TTT.
Coming up, another show-stopping performance from the Republic Bank Exodus Steel Orchestra as Antigua and Barbuda got ready for its own fiesta of color and energy. New ideas for Tobago tourism delivered at the Youth Congress. This highly rated property fits in perfectly with the vacation offerings of St. Kitts and Nevis, where the future of travel was laid out. It's Caribbean Passport TV on TTT.
Well, it's Thursday, as you know, and here on Trinidad and Tobago Today, we focus heavily on Tobago. Well, here are some news out of the island. Tobagonian student who was stuck in Abu Dhabi amid rising military tensions in the Middle East, Raylan Taylor, has returned home safely. The 19-year-old student was scheduled to return to Tobago on March 1st after attending Candidate Day at the New York University, Abu Dhabi. However, Taylor was forced to remain at a hotel in Abu Dhabi until March 9th after flights were cancelled due to the escalating regional conflict. And in other news, 2 Trinidadian sailors remain missing more than a week after leaving Tobago on a 29-foot fishing pirogue. Alvin Morgan and Damien, his name is Ruiz. Actually, everyone was pronouncing that a little bit wrong earlier. So it's Damien Ruiz, and that was confirmed for us by the Hunters team of Santa Flora. We're delivering the vessel Campai to Union Island in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The boat departed Tobago around 1:30 p.m. on March 2nd, but never arrived at its destination. Search and rescue officials say there were unconfirmed sightings of the vessel near Carriacou and Grenada. While the Coast Guard has been notified, but there is still no confirmed information on the men or the boat. And also the Chief Secretary of Tobago House of Assembly, Fali Augustine, has confirmed that U.S. troops currently on the island are expected to leave within days. Security has been heightened at the Grafton Beach Resort in Black Rock, Tobago, where access is currently restricted. Reports are indicating that U.S. personnel connected to the radar system at the A&R Robinson International Airport are being accommodated at the hotel. While some residents have questioned their presence, others say the troops have provided a sense of security in the nearby communities. Well, as we promised, we continue with our Tobago lineup this morning. We have on the line Miss Anne Natasha Second, the Division of Education Advisor. And this morning, the Division of Education is preparing to launch the third cycle of the Community Impact Program in Tobago. The free initiative provides adults with opportunities to complete CXC subjects and, to improve literacy and numeracy and develop those practical skills for employment and entrepreneurship. Well, this morning we have her on the line, Miss Anne Second, Technical Advisor at the Division of Education, and how the program continues to expand access to education and really empower communities across the island. Good morning to you, Anne Natasha Second, and welcome to the show.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
So lots happening in Tobago with the Community Impact Program. What exactly is this program and what does it aim to achieve across Tobago?
The Community Impact is our response of the Division of Education, Skills and Innovation to what data that we would have gathered during our research. We would have noticed that we have some employed persons because they're underqualified in terms of basic subjects like CSEC Mathematics and CSEC English in key areas within the Tobago House of Assembly, as well as some levels of underqualification among the parents of our students in the more remote parts of the island. And we would have determined, based on the research and the analytics, that there was a need for us to have adult enrichment classes. Approval came and we designed a 2-year program, and we are now on cycle 3, which begins on March the 16th. So we deliver CSEC Mathematics, CSEC English, but also numeracy, literacy, computer literacy, and life skills for adults.
So you spoke about the program being around for a bit. How has it all evolved since it first began?
Right, because we know that there's a stigma for persons who may not know they've left the classroom for a very long time. They haven't attempted mathematics, English, POB, these kind of academic programs for a long time. And even those who cannot read, those who were not able to use an ATM machine, because we do have adults with serious literacy issues and numeracy issues. Some of them would have been shy and so on. So we had to do an extensive marketing campaign to sort of remove that stigma and encourage adults to come out. And it has been a very rewarding experience. The numbers have continued to grow, and we have recognized through our pre and our post tests that persons are, once you have been exposed to the challenge and you've conquered a small milestone, they are being more and more encouraged to participate and to encourage their families to participate. So we have a large number of persons getting ready to write the exams in June, and some persons who attempted it in January, and those who were not able to read or did not have numeracy skills, they have been able to overcome particular milestones and tests that we have been doing. So it's been a really rewarding experience.
So what types of courses, areas of study, anything like that, will participants be able to pursue in this cycle?
Right. So we are continuing our quest to upskill persons who actually work in the Tobago House of Assembly and those who work in the private sector in the focus of mathematics, CSEC English. We are also going to be looking at the computer literacy and the life skills programs as well. But we are looking, because we have transitioned from the Division of Education, Research and Technology to the Division of Education, Skills and Innovation to incorporate a skills component as we move from phase 3 to phase 4. So we're looking at young people who they're not ready to go back into a classroom at all. They're not excited at all about traditional forms of learning, but they will learn math and English, by the way, through implementation of very practical component of learning, like learning how to measure something in tailoring, learning how to combine measurements for building construction, for things like that, working in the agri sector. So we're going to find ways, practical ways, to incorporate the math and the English and the literacy and numeracy skills by doing actual practical skill-based activities, but that will be in phase 4. So the future of community impact will look at drawing in persons, young and not so young, into that skills development and skills qualification component. But for now, we're going to complete our original focus, which is to ensure that persons within our private and public sector, they can qualify to either get hired or to get promoted in their jobs and to be able to enhance the areas that we are still having a bit of a challenge filling.
Well, before we wrap up, can you please tell us, if we're interested in joining this program, how can we apply and when does the program begin?
Right, so we're going to have our orientation on Friday. That's going to be virtual, Friday coming. But what we want you to do is to go online. We have all of our social media platforms available where you can register to be a student or to teach, and you can do so now. The systems have been open for the week. And what we want you to be able to do is, if you miss that, from Monday, we have 14 centers, one in all of the districts in Tobago. You just go to a center because we'll advertise them on our platforms. Just go to a center and register there. This is your opportunity. This is your time. Spend 5 to 7 in the afternoons, Monday to Wednesday, with us. Develop a team of partners to help you and advance yourself. It's your time.
Thank you so much, Miss Anne Natasha Second, for joining us, talking about that amazing initiative in Tobago. Have a great day, Miss Second. Take care. All right, when we come back, the National Training Agency, NTA, they are with us as we get ready to wrap the show on Trinidad and Tobago Today.
In a world filled with uncertainty, there is still hope. When the weight feels heavy and the night feels long, remember, your story isn't over. God's promises are still true, His love is still strong, and your breakthrough is still coming. Join us for Messages of Hope, Words of Encouragement with Pastor Jesse, presented by Youth Fires. Hope lives here, only on TTT.
The Mother Church of the Anglican Diocese suffered significant damage during the earthquake of 2018. Efforts are underway to raise funds to restore this national heritage site. You are invited to make your donations with monthly deposits at any branch of the First Citizens Bank, account number 2696950, Marval Road Branch, in the name of the Incorporated Trustees of the Anglican Holy Trinity Cathedral Restoration.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون.
This powerful verse from the Holy Quran invites us to embrace reflection, self-discipline, and spiritual renewal. Join us daily on TTT Limited for special Ramadan features, inspiring messages, heartfelt moments of devotion, and reflections that uplift our nation.
Up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Now we're turning our attention to workforce development and the systems that help ensure that our country's skills match the needs of the industry. Well, the National Training Agency, or NTA, plays a critical role in setting occupational standards, supporting training providers, and helping to build a competent and competitive workforce here in Trinidad and Tobago. So this morning we have two very special guests with us, and they're here to tell us more about the National Occupational Standards Database, the agency's ongoing stakeholder engagement initiatives, and how the NTA continues to strengthen skills development and workforce readiness across the country. Good morning to Mr. Avinash Ramsubag, the Occupational Standards and Sector Support Manager of NTA, and also Giselle Jordan, Business Development and Communications Manager.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
You're most welcome. So this is exciting news from the NTA, but before we get into the database and all of that, for those of us who may not be a little bit familiar with the National Training Agency, can you tell us about the work that the NTA does?
Yes. So the National Training Agency, or as we say NTA, is responsible, it is the government body responsible for technical and vocational education and training across Trinidad and Tobago. And when we say TVET, which is technical and vocational education and training, that basically means skills training and workforce development.
Yeah. So one of the key topics that we're discussing now, it's the Occupational Standards Database. So tell us about this and how did it come about and why is it important?
Okay. The Occupational Standards Database is really a online platform for all our national occupational standards and units of competencies that are either developed by my department at the NTA or we would have industry endorsed from the region. So we have a relationship with some of our sister NTAs who develop occupational standards also. We sometimes utilize some of those occupational standards, but we have to have it industry endorsed. And so therefore, the database itself includes both national and regional occupational standards and the units of competencies there.
And who can use this database?
The database is basically for employers, training providers, and for students. So if I could step back a bit, occupational standards are really a reflection of the knowledge, skills, and attitudes that you are required to utilize in the workplace to become competent. And so therefore, if you are a training provider and you're looking to develop a program, a skills-based program, you utilize the units of competencies to develop your program. So for example, if you're into auto mechanics, we have a list of units of competencies that speak towards auto mechanics. So utilize those. The training provider can utilize those units of competencies to develop a program, assess that person, and then certify that person. Similarly, a company can use those units of competencies because those units of competencies are basically a reflection of what work activities take place in the workplace. So you can develop a performance assessment for you to for you to your HR department to carry out on an annual basis or a work activity basis to determine how well your worker is performing. As it relates to students, and the units of competencies are crafted in such a way that it reflects skills at a semi-skill level, a skill level, supervisory level, and a professional level. So it gives you a clear idea of your career pathways in a defined occupational area.
Yeah. And are there any other initiatives coming up for the NTA apart from this one?
Yes. So we are also in the business of endorsing training providers. So as my colleague, Mr. Ramsbag, would have mentioned, the National Occupational Standard, that is used when we are endorsing training providers. So let's say, for example, you're a training provider offering training in cosmetology, and you'd like to offer training programs to the public. You would then have to write to the NTA to get your center approved. And what this does is that it ensures that your programs are credible and it is of a standard regionally and nationally.
Yeah, and for those who want to learn more about the NTA or access, for example, this database, how can they do that?
So the platform is online, www.ntatt.org. And when you go on there, we do have a navigational video that will take you through the entire database and how to access it and how to go into your units of competency that you may be interested in. And you can get more information on there. We also have all our services on there as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning and telling us all about that database and the NTA. We look forward to having you again to talk about more initiatives coming up. Well, it is almost time for us to say goodbye on Trinidad and Tobago today. Carrie comes up next with the major network news. But of course, if you want to get in touch with us, all you have to do is email us at ttoday@ttt.go.tt. Again, that's ttoday@ttt.co.tt. If you want to see anything that we featured on the show today, you can access this. Also, the information about the NTA. It's TTT online. All that information is on the screen for you right now. Follow us on all our social media channels. If you want to advertise with us, perhaps with our sister stations as well, just email us at ttoday@ttt.co.tt. A little recap of everything that happened today on the show. Tobago was in the spotlight. We continued our conversations following International Women's Day that took place last Sunday. But of course, we celebrate women every single day. And all the education initiatives taking place in Tobago. Thanks so much to all our guests. Thanks to our producer, Sophie, in Tobago for always putting together a great show. And thanks to my great team every single day showing up and getting it done. Well, as we get ready to leave you, at the beginning of the show, Carrie and I spoke about bushfires. And it's something that our TTT Limited weather presenter, Zaina James, spoke to me about on the show yesterday. Well, here are some sights of a bushfire behind the Piarco Airport last evening. As you can see, it is quite bad. Reminds us of all the risks of bushfires, and please be safe, everyone. Well, it's time for us to go. We'll catch you tomorrow, Friday, where we get to do this all over again on Trinidad and Tobago Today. We start at 6 a.m. You do not want to miss it. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Good morning, this is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Preserving and promoting Hinduism in Tobago is the mission of the Tobago Hindu Society. The religion began to grow on the island in 1981 with the establishment of the society, and since then it has continued to expand and flourish within the community. Public Relations Officer Govindra Ramlogan says the organization is becoming even more firmly established with the construction of a dedicated building to support its activities and serve the Hindu community on the island.
Which is being shown right now. The land was donated by the THA, Tobago House of Assembly, the Chief Secretary, and currently National Commission of Self-Help. Self-Help is the main sponsor, and other persons contribute a lot towards the building of the society. Also, our pundit, Ramdat Mahis, he was involved in starting the construction. Also, we'd like to thank the Chief Secretary, Fali Chavez Augustin, for sending URP workers to assist.
Mr. Govindra says the society has long received an outpouring of love and support from the people of Tobago, and that encouragement continues to strengthen their efforts to grow and preserve the Hindu faith on the island.
As I said before, my auntie, the president of the Tobago Hindu Society, Purwati Holas Bipat, she's involved in the interfaith religious bodies in Tobago, so it have all the various Christians, our Hindu society, even the Muslims. So when we host programs, all these various spiritual leaders and religious leaders, they come together and support one of each other. When they are Eid programs in the mosque, we also go there and the various Christian events. So in Tobago, there's a lot of love and unity, and the THA is very supportive also.
The society says its mission in Tobago's cosmopolitan community is to promote Hindu cultural expression through music, dance, and festivals, contributing to and enriching the island's diverse cultural heritage. In other news, there's a high potential for Trinidad and Tobago's carnival to be transformed into a year-long economic engine. This, according to Minister of Planning, Economic Affairs and Development, Dr. Kennedy Swaratsingh, who made the remarks while addressing the TNT Chamber of Industry and Commerce's Catalyst Conference on Wednesday. During his address, the minister said SMEs can help move the carnival creative sector to the next level of economic viability.
By bringing together creative entrepreneurs, investors, policymakers, and industry leaders, initiatives such as this create the foundation for a more organized and sustainable carnival economy. With the right investment, infrastructure, and policy support, Carnival can evolve from a seasonal event into a continuous economic platform that strengthens our global cultural brand and support creative SMEs throughout the year.
He noted that these SMEs will benefit from government's digital transformation initiative.
Technology will also play a critical role in supporting this transformation. Digital platforms now allow businesses to reach international markets, distribute content globally, and engage customers in ways that were previously impossible. Data analytics, e-commerce platforms, digital platforms, and online streaming have become essential tools for modern enterprises.
Dr. Swaratsingh said the digital transformation of small businesses will also have an economic benefit for the entire country. In some sport news now, interim head coach of the Trinidad and Tobago national football team, Derek King, says he is focused on continuing the progress made under former head coach Dwight York. King made the comment when asked about the displeasure expressed on social media by members of the TNT public following York's departure. TNT is set to depart for Bolivia today, where they face the South American team in an international friendly on March 15th.
You know, social media, this is life, right? Some may like the decision, some may not like the decision, right? But we're here to do our job. We want to do it to the best of our ability. As I said, you know, we want to build on what Coach Dwight did with the team for the past few months. And I think, you know, we are good players. We have good quality players. We have players that we're still looking at who's showing interest with parents who are born in Trinidad with the grandparent role. And we'll be working behind the scenes to get the best possible team to represent Trinidad and Tobago.
And that was your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. From the entire team here, have a great day.
This is TTT. Live for local.
Carrie's Kitchen, powered by Food Hall. Grocery made greater. Ibis, a tradition of excellence. Caribbean flavors. In the heart of every kitchen. Lotus, the confidence to create. Correga Garden Supplies. Good and natural. Indie, spice up your life. Distributed by Edward B.B. Harry. Champion, always a winner. Distributed by Edward B.B. Harry. Lion, the power behind our